So alien school is a catchy way of saying meth-induced schizophrenia. I have been trained by the Galactic Federation. Just kidding. That's coming a little hot. Coming a little hot there. I haven't been trained by the Galactic Federation. I've totally been trained by the Galactic Federation. Anyway, I had a near-death experience in 2000, couched in the middle of a 5-year meth bender. So my disclaimer here, that I will repeat in every episode, is that this is likely just the ramblings of someone who once had meth-induced schizophrenia. So I'm saying that once. I don't need you to say it in the comments. I literally do not need you to say it in the comments. There is also an option that a lot of people are not aware of on the internet where you can avert your eyes. You can just... That's it. It's crazy. You can scroll past things. You don't have to watch things that you don't believe in. The purpose of this is to tell you how insane I am and then only get positive response. That's all I want. I only want positive validation for the stuff I'm about to tell you. Anyway, so in 2000, I have a near-death experience. This near-death experience was triggered by either being poisoned with arsenic or some GHB at the club. The club was called the Ohm. It was called the Ohm. I had a near-death experience at a club called the Ohm. That, my friends, is called a synchronicity. If you don't know what a synchronicity is, tune into episode like 5 or 6. I don't know. I'm sure we'll get into it. So my physical body gets thrown in a taxi cab and driven to a hospital. That's nice. And my astral body goes to a big blue ball of light. It was a big blue vibrating ball of light. It should be, I want that right there.
You don't need to point at the screen. I'll just make it appear.
Sorry. I just...
Stop pointing at the screen.
Sorry. Oh. You're a little, like, mean? I don't know. Like, are you mad at me? Is that what's happening? You feel mad at me.
I thought you were a psychic.
I don't know you very well. I don't like the word psychic. Anyway, I go to the big blue ball of light. In the big blue ball of light, it is like vibration, which I didn't understand, frequency. I didn't understand any of these words that get thrown around at all until I'm in it. And I'm in it and I'm a part of it, but I am still myself. I don't have a physical body, but I have like a knowing that I'm a part of this thing. I don't know. You guys have done DMT. And in this blue ball of light... it says to me, it's like communicating with me, but it's like telepathic or something. There are no words. The words come later when I wake up. I can hear my brain like translating it. Now, I spent my entire life with this like vague homesickness running in the background where I just didn't feel, I felt literally dropped off on this planet my entire life. And in this blue ball of light is like bliss. It's like the best ecstasy you've ever done. I've ever done. And I know that this is home. In this moment, I know that this is home. And the ball says to me, I call it the ball now. We're on a first name basis. And it says, you've done everything you came to do. You've learned everything you went to learn. You can stay here now if you want, but if you want to go back to Earth, we have a job that you can do. And I was like, it feels like really good ecstasy here. What is the job? And then the blue ball explains to me a bunch of shit about reality and says that Earth is like a stage or like a place that we play a game. This is before virtual reality, but now I would describe it as virtual reality. And they said that we were every iteration, like pieces of this ball pieces, if you will. Just pieces of, wouldn't that be funny? We're just like the scrotum of God. Anyway, pieces of this ball come back to Earth, and we've been every iteration of life on this planet. We were the dinosaurs, whatever. And then when we're done playing a game, we just blow it up and we start over. And I think we're mid that right now, right? Is that what's happening? So I agree, because I'm not good at picking door number 1 or door number 2. And I come back to life, and on my way back to life, I have to live every minute of my life to get to the hospital bed, which is crazy. It's like, because I've heard like life flash before your eyes, and I pictured that as a film strip, but this was like, I was a baby, then I was a toddler, then I was like in every moment of my life, and then boom, when I woke up, I was sucking my thumb. I don't know if that's because I was a baby 2 seconds ago or because I was in the rave scene. But then I realized that I've picked the wrong thing because Earth sucks. And you think you were homesick before you remembered that you came from a ball. Look at it now. So anyway, that begins alien school. So alien school is the next 4 years. I'm being trained by aliens. I just call them aliens as a nickname, you know, because they are aliens. They look like aliens. They don't have feet, though. I don't know why you guys always draw them with feet. They're like, feet like taper off or whatever. Anyway, and they're like ether. You could like put your fingers through them. Hallucinations is what they're called. Meth-induced hallucinations. So I am then trained by aliens in my sleep. They follow me around. And they teach me things. They taught me how to hear people's thoughts. They taught me telekinesis. They taught me levitation. I can't do a bunch of it, but I could tell you how to do it. They taught me how to create reality. They taught me how to manifest abundance. And some of that I did go on to use later in my life. But here are the things that they explained about this game and what was about to happen to this game. They said, we have been living in a three-dimensional, fear-based, dichotomy-based reality. And nobody remembers who they are. So we're like living in the amnesia of not knowing that we are here playing a game. Dichotomy based was right, wrong, good, bad, light, dark, male, female. And they said we are moving into an 8-dimensional conscious reality. And apparently we just like come in and out of these constantly. It doesn't mean anything. It's not like we go get here, we wake up and we're awake forever. It's like, no, we'll get bored and go back to sleep. But we're moving into this 8-dimensional reality where no dichotomies. So light and dark cease to exist, right and wrong, good, bad, male, female. Our bodies won't age. We won't get diseases. Nobody dies against their will, whatever. And I was like, okay, well, hold on a second. When you say male and female cease to exist, do you mean like dicks are going to fall off? Because I don't know if I would have come back here if I knew there weren't going to be dicks. Are there going to be dicks? I would like, excuse me, hey, sorry. Are there going to be dicks? Anyway, so there are still dicks. Turns out I didn't know what any of that meant. And it was probably 13 years later. They called it parameters. They called everything parameters. Like everything you experience in this reality is fake. It's a parameter. It is a rule. Like now we would call it a construct. I don't know why they didn't know that word back then. And I think it was like 2013, 14, 15, something, where the first time I was like, oh shit, male and female are ceasing to exist. Like that construct is crumbling, right? Those parameters are crumbling. And then right, wrong, good, bad, light, dark. Like we're playing out all these different perceptions and starting to realize like, oh shit, none of this is real. So how the game works according to the aliens is essentially you have a higher self and then you have an ego. The ego is like an artificial intelligence that comes with every body. So you've lived multiple lives in this reality, but each character you've played has been different. So every time you got a physical body, you got an ego, and that ego experienced the game. So if you know anything about video games, your ego would be like a first-person shooter. First-person shooter is the kind of video games where you can just see out of the eyes of the character that you're playing. Very exciting, very in the moment. Not a lot of room for strategy because you can only see like what's happening to you, right? That is life experienced through the ego, through the self. Your higher self is playing more of an RPG or a role-playing game. RPG game is where you can see the screen of the entire like world that you're living in, and you can strategize and be like, okay, I want to experience this, and then you hit start and then the thing plays out. I don't know. I had one boyfriend that played video games and I resented it because I wanted to have sex. So I think this is what I saw over his shoulder. Your higher self, we'll cut that part out. Your higher self is playing an RPG game, essentially being the god of your reality. So your higher self is like, she's going to figure out how to get out of this job and whatever, do these things, and then sets it. And then your avatar, your ego, your first person shooter, then has to experience the thing. The process of awakening or ascension or whatever fucking woo word you want to give it is integrating these two parts so that you then become the god of your own reality. Anyway, that's what the alien said, and I was on meth. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. So this is what this video series is going to be about, and I already regret it. I already wish I wasn't doing this. I don't like to talk about this stuff so publicly. I do have a podcast called Soberish that's mostly just this shit after season 2. But I'm going nuts in the house and running out of things to hear the sound of my own voice on. So I guess we're going to do this. Or at least I'm going to waste your time. So, you think this won't look good if I scan it in? Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.